If you're looking for a travel backpack focused on security, Pacsafe makes some of the best bags. Here I have the Venturesafe EXP45, which is the largest pack that will still work as a carry-on. This thing comes with steel mesh woven into the fabric, a central locking point for the zippers, puncture-resistant nylon zipper coil, as well as a security cable. I have the 45-liter version here, which is just under 22 by 14 by 9 inches wide. This is the largest capacity pack that I can use as a carry-on without having to check it. At 3.81 pounds, this thing is a little bit on the heavy side compared to other minimalist packs, but as I'll show you, I think they managed to pack a lot of security features into this bag without adding a ton of weight. And it's actually lighter than many other packs in this category, like the Peak Designs Travel Backpack, REI Ruck Pack, Tortuga Outbreaker, and the eBags Motherload are all heavier. The Venturesafe comes in 2 colors and 2 fabric types. I have the ECONYL version here. It's the same weight as the regular fabric, but it's slightly thinner, 400 denier, compared to the 420 denier on the regular pack. This isn't a huge difference, and the ECONYL version here has this nice pattern to the fabric, which is called Dobby. The biggest benefit of the ECONYL version is it's made from 100% recycled nylon. This helps keep petroleum products out of landfills. However, it does cost about $30 more than the regular black color. The one thing you can't see from the outside of the pack is the steel mesh woven into the fabric, which prevents someone from cutting into your pack. You can feel it here on the inside if you run your hand along in here. And as far as I can tell, it covers the entire surface on the outside, front, sides, except for the back, which has this hard plastic panel. The zippers are the other major security feature on this pack. There are only 2 zippers on the exterior, and they both meet here in the middle on the top of the bag, which can be locked together with this central lock. I think this system is great because you don't have zippers all over the back, the sides, and the top of the pack. You know that when you have the zippers here on the top, covered with this fabric flap, that your bag is completely closed and secure. The zipper hardware is interesting. They use off-brand pulls throughout the bag. On the interior, they have these smaller number 5 aluminum zippers. Not as high quality as YKK, but they're also not the cheapest I've seen either. The main zipper pulls are these large number 10 equivalent with this kind of weird side locking mechanism that keeps them secure together, even when they're not locked to the central locking point. This locking mechanism is decently burly. You can see how large the plate is on the inside of the pack. This thick molded nylon material that you're probably not going to be able to rip off the pack without using tools. This sliding lock will keep your zippers in place, but it doesn't offer a ton of security. It locks by twisting this thin plastic ring, which prevents the slider from moving. But if you wanted extra security and actual lock on this thing, there's a small hole behind the slider that you can attach a little travel lock. This other security feature are the double nylon zippers. If you've ever seen videos on this, you know how comically easy it can be to break into standard single nylon zippers. Pop it right open, zip it closed, and you can't even tell the bag was opened. But because of these double coil nylon zippers on this thing, you can't use that pen trick to open the zippers. And no matter how hard I try, I actually broke it, you can't get into the bag from the outside. The external features on this pack are pretty simple. There's this front organizational pocket, compression straps on both sides. There's this water bottle pocket, top and side carry handles, and then stowable backpack straps. This front pocket opens from the top and it goes all the way down to the bottom of the pack. And then you can see this thing has its own volume here. So as long as you don't pack the main bag too full, you can fit a lot of stuff in this pocket. On the inside are several mesh zippered pockets. This one's quite large, smaller one over here, a couple dividers, pen holders, as well as the laptop sleeve. My only gripe with this pocket is that because it is so large, it only opens down a couple inches from the top. Doesn't really pull out very well, so it can kind of make it hard to see stuff in here, and you tend to lose smaller items in the bottom of the pocket. This is also where the laptop sleeve is located, which easily holds a 15-inch laptop. It's not great location for weight distribution, but you can get to this fairly easily. It has a thin foam padding on the front, thicker on the back, as well as a false bottom that stops it from going on the bottom of the bag. There's one external water bottle pocket that sits pretty flush when you're not using it, but it has this little button and an expandable mesh here that lets you hold quite a bit. Got a 1 liter water bottle in there, fits in there relatively snugly. If you wanted to put something larger in here, you can always use these compression straps to help secure it down. These shoulder straps are pretty standard width, like 2.5 inches with a decent curve. This padding, however, is very thick and very sturdy. It's this kind of hexagonal foam. It's really squishy and it feels kind of almost like a firm silicone. They have an adjustable sternum strap. They use these beefier nylon Duraflex buckles so they didn't skimp on the hardware here. They attach to the bottom of the bag with these large buckles. The hip belts are moderately wide and padded with this same kind of squishy material that's on the back and the shoulder straps. And all these straps are stowable. You unclip the shoulder straps and these slide in from the top, and then these hip belts detach and these are gonna slide in from the side. This back panel material is the same squishy foam. It's soft and decently padded. However, it doesn't have a lot of air ventilation. And this thing is very rigid. There's this panel and aluminum stay in the back, which I'll show you when we get the inside of the bag. This is what the bag looks like on me, fully packed out. About 17 pounds worth of gear in here. Mostly been testing this thing around town, and so far it's decently comfortable. These shoulder straps are plenty wide and they have a nice curve, fit on my shoulder nicely. These hip straps aren't huge, but they're large enough. They go around to the side, and its back is a little bit flat, but it is nice and firm and it sits well on my back. The bag is a little bit boxy, the aesthetics of it, but that's to be expected in a large volume bag that's intended to be a travel suitcase. Looking at the interior, this thing opens from the side in a full clamshell style opening. And the interior setup almost identical to what you'd see kind of a rolling luggage suitcase style, with this large main compartment, these compression straps, and then this large zippered mesh pocket on the lid. And while we're in here, I'll show you this back panel. In addition to this padding on the back, there's this thin sheet of plastic that's sewn into the pack, and it's pretty hard, gives the pack a lot of rigidity. There's also this curved aluminum stay that runs down the pack, and this thing, probably just keep it in there, but you do have the option. You could take it out, readjust it, reform it if you wanted to. I'll show you how I pack this thing. I actually don't have a ton in here. It's going to be pretty warm outside, so I don't have a lot of cold weather gear. But I have 5 t-shirts, shorts, pair of pants, 4 socks, 4 underwear, and this kind of lightweight sweatshirt. And one advantage to the boxy square design in this thing is it holds packing cubes really well. I have these medium, these older style Eagle Creek cubes, and these things fit in here pretty much perfectly. There's a little bit of room on the sides and the top for a toiletry kit. I have a little packable backpack, something like that. These compression cubes really help squish your gear down, and then you can use this kind of luggage compression cube. Doesn't squish it down much, but helps keep your gear in place. And then on top of that, you can put kind of whatever you want, larger, bulky items. I have a big, thick pair of jeans and this kind of little puffy jacket here. Large pocket on the top, great for smaller items. And then remember, if you don't have this thing packed too full, you do have quite a bit of room in this top pocket. I probably could have fit the jacket in here. Maybe not a pair of shoes, but you can fit quite a bit in this pocket. So to wrap up the review, Pacsafe Venturesafe EXP45, I think this is a great compromise between weight, quality, and cost. They do skimp a little bit by using some off-brand hardware, but it's not low quality. And this fabric is quite a bit thinner than you're gonna see in something with like a Cordura. However, they managed to add some great security features to this pack while keeping the weight and the cost relatively low. Keeping these locking mechanisms for the zippers hidden behind the flap offers you good security without being obvious. The steel mesh and the fabric is a good touch if you're worried about somebody breaking into your pack. And then these double zippers are awesome. This prevents break-ins on one of the most blatant security flaws of many packs. I hope you enjoyed this review on the Pacsafe Venturesafe EXP45. I have 2 more Pacsafe bags I'm going to be reviewing here shortly. I'm testing them out right now. the X40 and the Vibe 40. So stick around for those, and thanks for watching.